Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics University. If you are new to this platform, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. Guys, as you can see here, the topic tonight is the disinformation crackdown. The conversation is broadening, more people are talking about it. The government is taking a more serious position, and the education campaign is about to be started before all the laws and policies are put in place. We're also going to we're also going to show you evidence that Dayton Campbell is lying. Dayton Campbell is trying to lie to the nation about the outcome of the case, which is not complete because he hasn't been to the mediation part of it where we call it where damage is assessed. So I'm gonna show you and talk about that just a little bit. So Dayton's case is not over by a long shot because the appeal court is going to review it and he cannot file for any damages until that is complete. Also, we're going to talk about Samuda and the people in the parliament who are all in dual allegiance. We're going to talk about it. And we're also going to talk about the Illicit 3. So guys, make sure that you give the live a thumbs up as you come in and let's get talking. That's the Illicit 3, guys. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about how much money Jamaica lost during their time. Last night, guys, I noticed that you guys were saying something to me, but I missed it, about our athlete, Elaine, which I read after the program. And I was quite saddened by that because I didn't know that until I saw what you guys were saying. Elaine pulled out of the trials. She's not going to Paris. And, that kind of, oh gosh, it just really didn't make my night any better after reading that. But it's okay because there are always other opportunities. Plus, I think she has one more Olympic left in her. I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but me feel says she have one more Olympic. If she can fit up herself and come back, I think she have another Olympic. Anyway, let me big up acknowledge and we will get going here. Moderator is here. Good evening, moderator. Welcome back. Yeah. What are you guys talking about? Miss Cindy, good night. Gart, good evening. Gart look new. Welcome, Gart. Junior Miller, welcome back. Yeah, man, big up on yourself, guys. All of the newcomers, big up on yourself and thank you for joining. And yes, justice for Melissa. We're not done with that yet. That is an ongoing movement over here. Justice for Melissa. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be in class another evening. Bless up lecturer, yes. Thank you for joining, Angie. Welcome back. Big up to everybody. The risers have recruited an army of disinformation merchants and their lying machine. Guys, it is so bad. It is so bad. But you know what's a good thing now? Everybody's aware of it. So they're not really fooling everybody. Sorry, they're not fooling anybody, I should say. Somebody sent this to me this evening. I'm going to say this is why the government and the opposition should have come together. I said, this is not okay. Look at this headline. Somebody YouTube channel put up this. Mark Golden reveals he's a British citizen. Juliet Holness in big trouble for the murder of Melissa Silvera after the evidence is revealed. Now, you know this person is a Rise United person. You know this person is a Rise United person. Look at that. Some can go so. The person who did this ought to be ashamed of himself. And this is why the law must come down. This has nothing to do with free speech for those who seem confused. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves over here, guys. Let us start at the beginning. I'm gonna let you guys listen to a video. The press secretary, the new press secretary for the government, she spoke. We're going to call up Liz because we have some questions to ask about the cost, the Illicit 3, and what their cost was and is to the Jamaican economy and the Jamaican people. So before I play this, guys, I'm just going to ask you to give the live a thumbs up if you haven't already. And then we will get going. I hope you all are doing well this evening. Hope you guys are doing fine. Let us see. All is for the stadium. Oh, I told her there's something start at stadium. No, man, I talked to her earlier. She did, but I tell her I'm going to call. I don't think, or maybe she will left stadium earlier. I will ask her. But you know, it's like the back on her hand. Yeah, man. But let me just play this video for you guys for starters. This was yesterday at the post-cabinet conference that took place. And this is the new press secretary that you're looking at. I think her name is Dana. Have a listen, guys.
I always start with a few things that are noteworthy, and I think the first one is to speak to issues related to misinformation and disinformation. There's a lot of talk about this area, and I think it's important that we clarify. The administration has always been and will always be deeply committed to protecting democracy in Jamaica, and we are deeply committed to protecting democracy from any threats that there are. And governments around the world are dealing with this issue of misinformation and disinformation, especially on social media. And we've seen it. We know what happens. Anyone can say anything, and it is amplified around the country and around the world. And it is important that as we protect the rights of our people and protect the right to freedom of expression and speech, that at the same time it is grounded in truth. And so we love the robust debate. And I say it all the time. It is important in a democracy that we can have dissent, and that we can say, you're not doing good as a government, we don't like what you're doing, or you need to do this better. That's what a democracy is. And that's fine, and that's what we want to encourage, but not encouraging persons to post blatant lies online that then fuel a lot of this issue of disinformation and misinformation. And so it's very important that we understand that what the government is saying is that what is posted on social media needs to be based in truth. And in that vein, what we have said is that where there are issues or instances where we know individuals have posted things that are not true, that
Guys, I am going to play the remainder of this video. You're going to see her, but you won't see her speaking. But I will let you hear the audio here because it was too long for me to upload for you. So let me just go ahead and play that for you. Give me a second. I think we left off at 2 minutes. Okay, here we go.
Based on truth. That is what it is about. And so there is no tracking of people. There is no curtailing of people saying anything that is negative. That is absolutely not the case. It's just that we have to protect truth. And so this notion that we shouldn't go after those who perpetuate fake news is really strange, because around the world we see it happening in every country. Fake news is a problem, and it's fake, which means it's not truthful. And we are a country that is built on truth, and we will protect that in this administration. In terms of the way forward, what we will be doing is primarily focusing on social media literacy, and that's important. How do you know what's true? Because sometimes you see these videos and you think, oh my gosh, that sounds right, but you're not really sure. And so we will be using our broadcasting commission, and they've already independently started to work on a public education campaign that helps our Jamaican people to understand what's true, what's not, how to figure out if something is true, in fact. And we will, obviously, as a part of that, point to some of you in this room, the traditional media in this room. We will say to them, go to traditional media. That's where you can actually find out if something is real or is not. And so the primary thing we will be doing at this time is enhancing public education to help individuals to understand what's real and what's not real. And I know I get a lot of questions sometimes on AI. AI is an area that we have to really be looking at, because with AI, fake news, disinformation can be even more potent. And so it is very important that we teach Jamaicans how to understand what's real, what's a real video, what's not a real video, so that we can have conversations that are based in truth and not based in untruths. And so I had to say that at the start, because it's a very important issue that we are grappling with, and it's a conversation we have to have as a people. And so I know the administration is happy that we're having the conversation. There are no new legislations at this time. We have some that are already on the that are already there. We have the Cyber Crimes Act. We have laws around libel. There are already laws that exist and that can be used in terms of prosecuting individuals who do not speak truth online. But before we even get there, the key thing is, let us have public education. Let us have a discourse about what's the right approach going forward.
Yes, guys, so that's it. Dana basically outlined the government's mood at this time, where the heights of disinformation, is basically happening, it's taking flight, and especially on the YouTube platform. It's a terrible thing. I mean, Jamaica is such a small country, and there is enough that we can discuss and have discourse about without telling lies, making stuff up and fabricating. It's terrible. And I'm seeing this mostly coming from members and supporters of the People's National Party. And it didn't just start today. It's a tactic that they used within the party against their former leader. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to take a step further and say that the Rise United campaign was all about disinformation. They started this terrible disinformation thing, and it's gotten worse. And Peter Bunting and those people, they never told them not to do that. They made it seem okay. And so now it is time for them to use it on the country and on the government. It's terrible. But you come to Jamaica politics university, guys, you are guaranteed truth. Even when it sounds harsh, you're guaranteed to hear the truth over here. I just shown the YouTube thing where they talk about Juliet Holness is going to be arrested and evidence and ray. That's the what you call it? The Rise United within the PNP. That's their movement, the disinformation movement. And it's true. And it's sad, really. Because why do you have to lie? Just tell the truth. Whatever it is, just say the truth. You know? So this is why I back the government. And they came a little late about it, but better late than never. Other countries have put laws and things in place to make sure that they are addressing it. And it is high time for Jamaica to do the same. And as we've already discussed, it has nothing to do with free speech. Free speech is free speech, but disinformation is a completely different thing, you know. So that's why I am not a proponent of Golding or Bunting or anybody that belongs to that Rise United movement being in the government. They're dangerous. This is what they do. And I have been saying this now consistently since 2020. When I saw the leak and what they were doing, that was it. That did it for me, among other things. So let us change gears here. Dayton Campbell now. Him is one of them, Him is a part of this whole disinformation thing. Somebody tell me today, say they hear upon the news, say the court say there was not enough evidence. Me say, where you hear that? Because I really did want to tag them over here tonight. Me really did want to tag them. Where did they see that information? Where did they get that information from? Because all Dayton Campbell do, all him do is walk and tell the media house them, Mickey's post is at prime time. Mickey's post is at prime time. But him not giving them the real detail of the case. Because he's a member of the disinformation campaign in Jamaica against the people. That is truth and that is fact. So, I am not going to show you every detail of the case, guys. I tell you already that one day I will. But for right now, I just going to show you what is necessary. Dayton Campbell's disinformation. I see the media them at Jamaica too. Them are part of the problem. Then don't do them due diligence or any liar can come to them, come tell them anything. This is one of the things that these two things actually related to Karen. Whether the first and second defendants are in breach of the orders, which was the injunctions, right? And the injunctions said what they said. And like I have said since day one, once you deny me counsel, you can't say anything to me. Once you deny me legal representation, anything where you come with after that, me no business. Because hear what? Me no have no lawyer upon my side for tell me what means what and how what go. And when I was denied that right to have representation before the court, I really didn't recognize this injunction because first of all, I don't know what it means. I do not know what it means. And when a judge is gonna pass fair place, Judge Art Hines, when she pass fair place and come tell me, say, you no need to bring no lawyer come here, so. And she refused to reschedule, to give folks time to seek counsel. And when them come short serve people 24 hours before court, that means that them deliberately never want the defendants to get counsel. Dayton was sitting there with female lawyer, but nobody else must have lawyer. So this was deliberate. So they couldn't chat to me about court order and about affidavit. Me don't know what it mean. And then the second thing is whether the defendants, referring specifically, whether the defenses fail to disclose reasonable grounds for defending the claim and should be struck out under CPR. Now, where Karen is concerned, I'm speaking specifically to Karen because that's what the woman called me about today. So, this is saying whether Karen failed to disclose reasonable grounds for defending the claim. Don't it Karen say that she submitted 3 statements with the names them covered from the public? She did. I saw them. I can attest to it. Say yes, she did submit those 3 statements. And I saw the JP stamp on it. And I believe the police them talked to the JP them as well earlier on. The police talked to the JP. And the JP them sign off on the statement them. So that is not true. Karen submitted those statements. And the court had the authority to remove the protection over the people them name and seek them out. Or whatever it is that they needed to do at that point. So that is not true. So based on these 2 things, that is how the judge came with her decision. Because she feel like, say, people was in contempt of court because they never adhered to the injunction. And like I said, that is their own fault. Because once you went on this go appeal court, you not go see something. You cannot deny somebody of having legal representation, especially when the person and persons are going to say to you openly, can you reschedule so that I can have legal representation? You know, what the hell do you guys think this is? You can't just drag people come before court without lawyer. You're right. When you think say this Stone Age this? Or on a civilized time this? You know what? As a matter of fact, you see the court result here? This is a court result here for go up at this U.S. State Department. Because due to me is a U.S. citizen, I'm if you send it go up there and I'm going to do it this weekend. This a case here, the result of this case here. Comedy done report them already, to the State Department. So them are wicked and them will do all manner of things until they end up on the see what with Melissa and the cover up. This to go up at the State Department. Make them say. So when you come and tell US citizen about to come and court and not go deny me a liar. And a way further in the case, me go hire an attorney. And I'm glad I did. And you know why I did? Because it shows that I intended to get counsel. But you guys short serve and play on a local witchcraft, on a local trick, short serve, and then say come a court and you don't need no attorney. Which part you never hear that? One of the things, so when you can't come school nobody, when you can't come school and come reprimand people, me a big woman push me one key. I'm not sponge pan people. And just like how Dayton can come stand up in a court, me can come stand up in a court just the same. With representation. But when you think so not big and bad, I don't have the angle, but watch out not go shame. When you think so cartel shame on yet, you wait until this go up a State Department. You just wait. And the appeal court of Jamaica, People are saying don't have no faith in them. That's all right. Me know who me have faith in her. But this is not gonna go without the world knowing about Jamaica and the wicked people them within the justice system. Not all of them. Some of them. People like Enlin and this a judge we constantly don't need no lawyer. I have data and a film lawyer in there like say she thinks a picnic she come bring before court. Damn bright. So this is the situation, guys. Don't make data and tell you no lie and no wickedness. I wish I could have shown you the whole judgment, but me can't show it because the case is not over. It's not done, so I can't. But in due time, I will. So don't let him trick you. Don't let him trick you. The only the only thing the only thing that this was decided on was, oh, they didn't follow the injunction, and oh, she didn't have enough evidence. Not enough evidence. I'm gonna go back to it and see what it's exactly. She didn't disclose reasonable grounds for defending the claim. Well, why didn't you unredact the statements and look at the names and seek out the people and let them come to court? That is what you do. But that was not done. So in essence, Dayton giving the public the idea, the false idea that some evidence was tested. Some kind of evidence was tested and it failed scrutiny. That's not true. If the evidence was truly tested, then the court would have looked at those statements and saw the JP sign them and unredact the statements and make Dayton and Karen go head to head. That never happened. And this is why me have to tell you people, because Dayton lock up the case in a court, him don't want nobody to see it. Him don't want nobody to see it. But me have to come talk the truth. And I don't care. Comes what may. I have to talk the truth. And the next thing is, Dayton, me hear your talks on look something, you know. But me now gonna repeat them because I don't want to compromise the people. Let me tell you something. You can't do me nothing. You cannot do me nothing at all. When I go to bed at night time, my door wide open. And if a girl or boy think them bright, step cross me doorway if them bright. You can't do me nothing, you know. You can't do me nothing physically. You can't do me nothing spiritually. Come here say you love Obi, you know. Me know we a gathering. You can't do me nothing legally. Remember me tell you that. Me tell you already say me dare you. Come in on my jurisdiction. Come test the validity of your kangaroo case, so-called kangaroo case. Come in at the diaspora, come do that and beat me. Come to the federal court in America, come do that and beat me. You can't do that. What is the point? You decided to go after somebody who's so many miles away. You can't get a dime from me because I won't give it to you. That's first thing. Because you can't come in the diaspora, come take my things and get no money from me. That's our first thing. So what are you trying to prove? You need to come into the diaspora to come off of my money. And that you have to do. But you can't do that. Because as you step over, so then say a nastiness in the case, and that nastiness has not been, look here, now make we go down in it. Come over here so in the diaspora, contest me. And that me say. You know what, US dollar, come over here so contest me. You damn fool. Anyway, guys. The next topic is, you see Samuda, you see Matthew Samuda, it is a good thing that he came out and said that he has UK citizenship and he made that be known and everything like that. But the truth of the matter is, you have not really done anything worth, you haven't done enough. You make the people them know and we understand so you're an honest person by doing that, right? You come out and you make it be known. So you intend to renounce and all of them something there. But the truth of the matter is there's a process. And not just him alone. Mark Golding need to do it as well. Yes. Mark Golding needs to resign from the parliament right now. Mark Golding, Julian Robinson, all of them who admitted and who, if there's some who not admit, but them know them have dual allegiance, them too need to resign. Because the truth of the matter is, under the situation, under the circumstance like this, you need to resign, go renounce, and also you need to go through the process of running back for your positions. For example, Matthew Samuda need to resign from the Senate and make Andrew Holness reappoint him once him is fully renounced. And him can show the paperwork same renounce. That is just the truth of the matter. Guys, me wrong or me right? Don't tell me in a comment what you think. And the phone line I got open tonight a little bit. Don't tell me if me wrong or me right. Matthew Samuda must resign and Andrew Holness can reappoint him. He's running for a seat now. That is all the more reason why he should take that extra step, which he would, if you look at everywhere else around the world where this took place, whether it be in the Caribbean or in the Australia, you see all of them who came under the same scrutiny, they have to resign because what it means is you were not duly elected. You were not duly appointed. So therefore, Andrew Holness needs to ask this man here to resign and reappoint him if he so chooses. They were together just recently in the constituency where Matthew Samuda is seeking to become member of parliament. Look here now, man. Listen. You see the worst thing that can happen to Jamaica right now is when you look at the PNP and the JLP and you can't tell the two of them different. Who do not make we get mad over here, so, you know? Andrew Holness need to ask Matthew Samuda to resign and reappoint him. Mark Golding needs to resign, go running by election, and however the PNP want to put him back in there, then that is their business. But him need to resign. Julian Robinson, you were not duly elected. You need to resign and go run by election. Mark Golding for go resign, run by election, and me no know how the PNP are going to go about him coming back. Me no care, but them need to resign. And as a matter of fact, I'm very disappointed in the Attorney General. This man here very disappoint me because hear what? Him supposed to be vocal on this matter, you know. He's supposed to be the one to draw up these people in the parliament that are in there illegally. Dr. McCoy, the Attorney General, why are you so silent? Jamaica needs to fix this problem and fix it now and be over with it. Neither the PNP nor the JLP has done much legally. The only thing we see happen, Matthew Samuda come say, I am a British citizen and I am going to renounce. Mark Golding get catch by accident. Julian Robinson, me don't know how him get catch, but him come out, come talk. So what now? The whole woman sit down in a limbo, we don't know? No. Dr. Derek McCoy, you need to as the Attorney General of Jamaica, fix this problem. You got to do something. What Jamaica pay them people here for? Wanna tell me? What is Jamaica paying these people for? Look at the dilemma that is happening. Look at the dilemma that is happening. How much longer is this gonna go on? From nearly 2 months now, Since Mark Golden get ousted, Nearly 2 months. PJ Patterson went to UWI couple of weeks ago and got talk and say, what him say? PJ Patterson is a current member of the PNP, supported Mark Golden, and them sitting there. So we're supposed to just sit down and act like this is not illegal and this is normal? No, it's not. They need to resign now. And like how Matthew Samuda first come out and say whatever, go ahead and resign. I make the Prime Minister reappoint you. Go ahead and resign now. And show your paper, say renounce, and make the Prime Minister reappoint you. This man here need to come out, come talk something. You don't agree, guys? Because I don't know how them take position and just sit down now and do nothing and get paid. You think say you could have got for your work and do that? You'd have get fired. It's going to be early elections if these resignations take place, since it wouldn't make sense to run 5 or 6 by-elections less than a year away from the present term. Well, so shall it be. So shall it be, but I don't really agree still. I think now that the Spark program has started and some other things are happening, I don't think the government would go ahead because we still have a little time before the general election is due. So I think, when we had to deal with this in the past, I don't even remember the time frame between then and the general election, but they can do what they need to do without the general being called. And you see what it costs when people are disingenuous? This is the cost of it. I don't know who told these people about because of Commonwealth. No, not go so. It hasn't been tested in the court, but that doesn't mean that they're on the right side of the Constitution. That's not true. And it needs to be tested once and for all. Lisa and I ready to take up which post? Lisa, let me tell you something, man. If Lisa ever gonna take up the post there right now, look here, see the PNP want to know, guys. The Rise United movement is operating. Nobody should go put themselves in that. That is the truth of the matter. So I don't know about that, but somebody please to tell Mr. Samuda, same need to resign. Him got to resign. Because if you don't want to tell the people them say them to abide by law and follow rules and this and that, and only not follow no rules and no process, then that no make no sense. Don't take the other people them when they did it, Vaz and the rest of people them with and Warmington and the rest of them. Don't it them have to resign? And Shiny, yes, them have to resign. So why you guys think you don't have to resign? You have to resign. You have got to resign. And that's just the truth. Hold on there. A lot of Jamaicans believe that Mark was born in Jamaica. Double standards with some of the Jamaicans. You see, some of the people in the media Jamaica, if I was, I'm not even gonna go there, Me I gonna leave it. Me I gonna leave it for next time. But I think the Attorney General needs to say something. And it's time now for these people to resign and let Jamaica move on with its business. All right, we're going to change gear here now. We're going to change gear because me hear some people are talk about illicit. Me hear some people are ball out figures on the government and all them something there. And we're going to do a little examination tonight. Because when we talk about illicit, see some illicit here? The illicit tree. Make a call this. Guys, you're looking at Mark Golding, Peter Bunting, and the former Member of Parliament and Finance Minister, Omar Davis. And you are going to hear here tonight why they are illicit. Mark Golding never come to Jamaica with no wealth, Him and him father and them people never come to Jamaica with no wealth. How they make their money off of Finsac? Okay? We're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about what was the cost to Jamaica in Finsac. Them illicit. Hold on. Yes, the illicit tree. Finsac, over 44,000 businesses went down. Entrepreneurs and businesses went down, costing the economy and Jamaicans some trillions, countless. No calculator can add up this. Migration, sickness, death. That was the result of the illicit enrichment of these people who were involved in Finsac. Let's call my correspondent in Kingston, Jamaica. We're going to discuss it. Guys, please hit the like button and make sure someone is sharing this information. Nobody over here is not telling a lie on them people here, and we don't really care because we know so coming about the truth, you understand? And we're fierce about it. Because all them do are tell lie on people and tell lie on all themselves. So, make we talk about it. The illicit tree. Hi Liz, good night. How are you doing? Can we talk about the illicit tree? Mark Golding, Omar Davis, and Peter Bunting. During Finsac, where over 44,000 businesses and entrepreneurs went down, costing Jamaica and Jamaicans some trillions, countless of trillions of dollars. Or the calculator can't add it up. People who lost their homes, lost their businesses, lost everything because of this ridiculously high interest rate, what them plan and put in against the people, knowing that the people could not afford these interest rates and that they would fail, and they were ready to scoop up all of the people, them things between them and them friends, and we're going to talk about it. Liz,
Yeah.
would you say that between Omar Davis, Mark Golding, and Bunting, that them got illicitly rich off of Finsac?
Yeah, man. And it was a deliberate planning. Deliberate planning.
Okay.
They got rich beyond their wildest dreams.
Tell the people then what role Mark Golding in particular that like to call people corrupt. What role did Mark Golding play in the whole Finsac meltdown of Jamaica in the 90s?
He played the most significant role. His job at DB&G was to be the chief and lead financial negotiator with the government. And he constructed a plan where to give them a monopoly control of wealth. About 80% of the wealth base of the country, that is the financial sector, land, and homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so in constructing that plan, take control of the country so that they would be so powerfully rich. They would determine Bunting would be able to become prime minister, and he would be finance minister, and Daring was supposed to control the telecommunication sector. Now the plan was done through the government bond. At the time, the government was floating a whole lot of bonds. And then, as we all know, the insurance money, savers money. I am not a financial expert, but just reading and following the thing at the time. The savings in the banks has to be insured. And then the loans are also given at a particular rate. And the interest rate were at the time, insurance policy interest rate was cheap, I think, but maybe 2-3% for the banks. And then the savers, the people borrowing from the banks, the interest rate on that was also maybe 8-10%. Now, Mark Golding designed a system where Omar Davis and them in a negotiation took first of all, the insurance percentage for the banks to pay the insurance. That went skyrocketing. And because of that, now the persons with loans found that the interest rate on their loans went skyrocketing.
So
after a while,
while this was happening, Omar Davis, in his capacity as finance minister, Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, where were they at the time? Were they in the politics or out of the politics?
No, man. They were all outside the politics. Well, Peter Bunting won his seat. He was MP. And that was one of the reasons why it was so nefarious. He was from 93 to 97. He was MP, and they were the bank. DB&G had developed within that period, so it gave him an inside knowledge. What you call insider trading, knowledge of the financial situation
in the country.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So, but in fact, because as I said, he won his seat about South Clarendon or somewhere there from 93 to 97. During that period, he got into an argument because when the bank was formed and they were getting deals and he being MP, wanted to be the MP, he was in a rush to be given a ministry and PG, Prime Minister, PG keep saying to him, no, you have to wait. Do your apprenticeship as MP, but he was making so much money with the inside knowledge of the account, the financial situation, that he couldn't wait. So he and PG had a public falling out at an NEC in Manchester, I think it was, and he made some very derogatory remarks about Prime Minister, and PJ kicked him out of the party. And him tell me personally, himself tell me, say, now run after the 97 election. He won't be running. I said, why? Say, now run until PG retire. So that is where the killing was made. He was MP, and Golding was the chief financial negotiator with Omar Davis. And also, Omar Davis had taken him over into South St. Andrew from them time there.
Okay. So
the financial structure, the control of the financial structure fell into their hands. And that's why they advise to crush. Is a good amount of banks start emerging, that was going to give them competition. And so to crush those other banks, they advise, basically mainly Golden advice that the interest rate be hiked.
Oh, okay. So tell the people a little bit about this man named Dan Crawford, because every time we hear about Finsac, him name keep on a come up. Dan Crawford.
Well, he opened the bank. His bank was Central National, one of the finest. When you go in there, man, it was the wood that made the counters and the chairs and so. It was a beautiful when you work. There was a branch in Aperture. His bank moved from 13 to the fourth largest financial institution in the country.
Oh.
And that was one. It was black, of course, and then you had the Cauldron, the Cauldron Bank, the Ferguson, and some others. Quite a number of banks began to emerge, but Crawford moved from position 13 bank to the fourth largest bank in the country. And then he became one of the main focus. He had lands in where Edanism was built. He had land. He had built a housing scheme. Lady Musgrave down the bottom. Lady Musgrave, where you could look up Vale Royal. He had built another one when you're coming down. What do we with them again? They come out in front of Dayton Campbell Hospital and to Oprah. So he was investing in real estate, apartments, and and plans to go into the building hotel and stuff like that. And so, his bank was doing quite good.
So when Dan Crawford said that he was getting threats and forced into exile and them something there, can you speak to that?
I can't speak to it as to who, but he did mention, because he was putting up resistance when he realized what was happening. They were moving in on his banks and his assets, his land assets, and so with the behavior of the interest rate and how they use it to strong the black owned banks. He started to speak out.
Yeah.
And that is when now the threats came. And so he fled for his life, because he had land where they Bunting and Golden built our hedonism. Him own the land, and own land nearby. And he
God Almighty, them wicked, man.
Yeah, man. They were able to buy a tremendous amount of land at very cheap rates because of the Finsac crush so many small businesses. Even Michael Manley said something to PG, Michael Mann said, it is interesting that when I was Prime Minister, so much no bank never collapsed under my stewardship. Yeah, man. But that is when they got the name, especially Bunting.
Yeah.
The piranhas of the financial sector. And the piranha fish eat your body in like 2 seconds, completely eat the entire body. When they make the catch in the sea, they eat your body in 2 seconds.
And how me know say at them. You see that man there when named Dan Crawford, that man they really scared for him life, Me see Dan Crawford say something in our interview where him say, I'm gonna try and pull it up on the screen. Liz, let us go silent for about 30 seconds. I want to put something on the screen. Guys, make sure you're giving the live a thumbs up and you are sharing it. Thank you.
Read it now while I put it up.
I am.
I don't switch back over to.
No, man, just stay right where you are. I want if Jamaica 411 there. I want Jamaica 411 for pass something for me, please. Jamaica 411, if you're there on the chat, say something in a comment. One statement your Bunting did make me want Jamaica 411. Guys, this is the man named Dan Crawford, for those of you who don't know. Liz, you can talk now, but let me just say something here. Peter Bunting used a term when they recorded Damian Crawford and sent out the recording to the media deliberately to bring down Damian. And I saw in a leak where the person who was accused of doing it, she was crying to Bunting and I say, she feel bad about it and rare. And Bunting tell her, don't worry about it. What you did was a Machiavellian masterstroke. And see, I have up on the screen, Liz, where Dan Crawford said Machiavellian actions led to the collapse of his bank. So Bunting them had been known for this Machiavellian wickedness from long time. You see the puzzle always coming together, man. See it there? See it there?
Yes.
The man say Machiavellian actions, nothing no legal about it. Me gonna do a story upon this though. Yeah. See it there again, him say, Dan Crawford says Machiavellian actions led to Century National's failure. This is terrible.
Yeah, man. It you see, what it was aiming to do, he wanted nothing, and then nothing to stand in his way in bank. And him, to be honest, Christopher Derrick never really that bloodthirsty and cutthroat. Christopher Derrick was in business with them, but he was not that cutthroat. So the cutthroat part was really the Machiavellian was Bunting and holding.
And him couldn't get no legal with all the money that he had. Dan Crawford, he could not get no legal redress on this matter in Jamaica. And the panel look like so they feel sorry for him,
Eh?
No, the panel of people that may look and they look like they feel sorry for him.
Yeah, because but the thing is, I just said the strange part too was that he couldn't get no legal representation. It was very strange.
Mighty God, them wicked. Me say, at the same thing, me see them go kill Norman and say them assemble a legal team for expel him from the senator expel him from the party or something like that. Them wicked enough people.
No,
Them are a
no
human
man.
being to me. Them are a
No, no
human
man.
being to me. Andrew Wallace enough more human being than them are people, yeah. Them are a human being.
I have told you about 2 or 3 times on this program. There's a list in your country's State Department and one in England, and the list says Jamaica most feared politician. Number 10, one female lieutenant Babsy. Number 9, Warmington. No, Mike Henry. Number 8, Warmington. Number 7 is Desmond Mackenzie. Number 6 is Nigel Clark. And number 5 is Peter Bunting.
Why would people be afraid of people like Nigel Clark now?
Well, the American State Department and the British MI6. Look here, Mark Shields and them people here. No, they are just playing up. And when you see them white policemen there, I go and dance down a Tivoli, and I go and dance down a Jongbe, and I go a police work, intelligence work, them are doing, So when you say them list, they're not a
where you say the list them depend UK and US intelligence?
Yeah, man.
All right, let me look at that first. Let me look at that first, Liz. I would have to look at that first, but I cannot confirm it on this platform because I have not seen it.
Yeah, but all right. But the thing is, because what happened in the 90s with the whole thing leading into the Finsac, Peter Bunting, they actually make a bull attempt to own the whole of the country. So that could have forced them now. Nobody couldn't stop them here like a bulldozer and him buy me to prime ministership. But a one man getting that way. That's why them go after him. So Dr. Phillips was inside the cabinet. Him getting that way. And him save the financial sector. And him stop with the disaster with them initiate to tell Omar to make the financial sector crash.
Me I forgot to do something on Dan Crawford because these people for make a bank owner exile the country after them make the
two of them left run to them life. The China one, him dead. Paul Chen Young did have to dig up too. Him have to lift up.
What a wicked set of people them.
Yeah, man.
And the PMP government, boy, it don't look good. It don't look good. What make PMP not vet people before then letting people in the party do a God?
No, all right. You see, people don't like when you tell the truth. The PMP ideological content, the PMP, what it democratic socialist principles, aims, objective, was totally erased when Percival Noel James Patterson became president and prime minister. The whole thing was changed, and all of those persons, including like Leachin, and bring back Leachin from Canada, and he get a whole heap of assets in the country, PJ Selaf, Air Jamaica, GBC, Cement Company, the list goes on. And people, for the whole context of who the PMP represent, under the 14 years of PG was wiped out. Him start unpick people for putting at the post them. PMP, YO president, PMP women's movement, PG start unpick. It's like him establish a dictator. Dictator over the PMP, and that's why today we are faced this with this white boy illegal, right? And the truth of the matter is the aspect of PMP history is something that you hope and pray say. And that's why Lisa, you hope and pray first of all when we complete that the nation really forgot forget about it. But Andrew Holness, let me tell you the truth. Andrew Holness is a part of them too, because he's advised by PJ Patterson. And Lisa Anna was in real danger too. And Lisa was born, and Lisa take the money and stick back and him the letter privately and him boast it out in the press.
What kind of advice? What kind of advice Andrew take from PJ?
Yeah, him give him advice as to how him when alright. I explain it. Oh Jesus, some of them man. Good night, everybody. Good night.
I want to know, man. Every time you come over here, you talk 20, 30, 50 minutes and you come tell the people them good night. Just start, man.
When the importance of that $300 million shell waiver that was unilaterally given up.
Hold on, Liz. May I ask you a question before you started talking again? What kind of advice does PJ gives to Andrew Holness? Constitutional. Besides the constitutional advice that he gave him openly, in recent time.
He was advising him how to be the PMP, right? Him advise him on certain economic programs. Him advise him to implement the program they were PMP lead there. Him give a only and him advise him. Him advise him right now to can tell the nation say. Well, him not tell the nation people him say, but people never pay attention to certain things. The nation are really and they not pay attention. Him only give a third term because the main thing was to get rid of Peter Phillips, right? That is the main thing, to get rid of Peter Phillips. So he's giving him advice. For example,
but Liz, who get rid of Peter Phillips? Was it Andrew Holness or Bunting and Golden? Who really get rid of Peter Phillips?
No. Andrew Holness don't get rid of Peter Phillips per se, but Andrew Holness is part of PJ plan that was used to get rid by making Peter Phillips lose that 15 seats to Andrew. That was part of PJ plan. We could have taken more seats.
But Liz, I know Peter Phillips lose 15 seats. Now the risers them now Golden and Bunting and Dayton Campbell, Ian is them. So I know Peter Phillips lose no seat. Peter Phillips winning seat.
But all of that was structured and planned by PJ. That meet with all of them and talk to them now. That meet with all of them and talk to them. But people don't want to admit to the truth. And the PMP them don't want to admit to the truth. The whole power brokerage.
All right, Liz, make we just talk about what is known.
All right.
What is known to be fact.
So,
No, I'm just saying. Let us just stick to what is known, and be careful with what is not known. Because all them allegations upon PJ. I mean, I'm not a fan of PJ, you know. Because yes, I believe PJ is a smart person. But when I see a man like PJ come endorse Mark Golding, where Mark Golding not too bright politically, him not the social skills, he's not leadership material. There are many bright Jamaicans in the country. And when a man who I always thought was bright, PJ, come say a Mark Golding's destiny to lead and rape, I have to start look on PJ different. In addition, under PJ's leadership in Jamaica, they never did nothing to stop the crime in the country. So I have a few issues with PJ, but the other stuff where you're saying that PJ, like you're saying, PJ is doing some backdoor thing and them something there with Peter Phillips. Me can't speak to that coming and see it. You understand?
All right, let me give some sources of research. There's an interview he did. I don't know where to find it. How we find it at his house. There's an interview he did with Dean Jackson Miller at his house. It came in 2 parts. DVD. I watched it. In that interview, Dean Jackson Miller asked him, are you giving advice to the JL, to Andrew? And PJ said, yes, I am. Then there's another source, the Tuesday Observer, after the 2019 by-election in East Portland. The Tuesday after that by-election, it is in the Observer on page 4 or 5. People, please, I don't know how to find it, but it is there. The headline read, a quote by PJ, the headline said, when the JP, the Muslim and Marie Baz won the seat in the by-election, East Portland, the statement PJ made was this: Dr. Peter David Phillips' days in the PNP are numbered. That means he's so gone, he's so get rid of it. Then on Thursday, September 3rd, 2020, another piece of research material, everybody can go try and find it. The front page of the Observer, the Thursday, the 3rd of September 2020 was the general election, JP 15, 14, JLP 49. On the Friday or the Saturday, on the front page of the Jamaica Observer, quoting PJ again, and you can please research it, it is there. We could have taken more seats, meaning the Jamaica Labour Party could have taken more seats. PG again. Or if I research it, people, and read the article, the front page of that October, September, is on Friday or the Saturday. It's the prettiest newspaper front page we ever see.
All right, may I look it up? But guys, for the record, I cannot confirm it because I have not seen it. So moving on, let us move on now, Liz, because we can't confirm that the information there. Now about this hold on there. About this whole illicit enrichment kind of thing, where Bunting and Golden and Omar Davis. Me have to go look into it to see who make Dan Crawford have to run leave Jamaica.
Paul Chen Young too.
And Paul Chen Young. Me really have to go look into it because.
And there's a family to father and daughter, Ferguson. They're bank pension and they were, I don't remember why, but they were charged and given 6 months.
But when you really look on it, the PNP.
It's a whole heap of material out there, you know, from the old Finsac era, you know.
No, I've read most of them. I've heard from people who call this program off the air to tell me what they went through. Some of them have been exiled themselves because them just get frustrated. They had nothing left in Jamaica and left Jamaica, right? So there is information out there, but these guys who own some of these institutions, most people don't talk about them. You understand? Some really have to go look into it, and them people here. Before them people are coming at PNP, most people saw PNP as that party that was progressive, that had the interest of the people, and them coming at the politics come dutch up the party like this, you know, and run out Jamaica people from outside country, you know.
Yeah, man. Then Omar Davis was called as a 14 years as finance minister and the same number of years as PJ. Omar Davis in the streets was called Mr. Arrogance, you know.
You know what?
Mr. Arrogance, he was called.
I'm gonna have to do something on this. But Liz, thank you.
Yes.
Make we talk back again. Cause I'm really interested now in these two guys. Man. Thank you for joining.
One more thing, Nat. Please take the judgment where the judge, we should name Jared hand it down. Please file it and do it. We want to know what we're supposed to do. Bring it to the attention of your State Department that you're an American citizen. And I learned last night from Karen guest appearance and stuff that no American citizen can be prosecuted by a foreign power. So make your State Department aware of the case, please.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all right, yeah.
Somebody said last night, the law was there. they had like nullified in the Supreme Court in Washington, whichever the district, and then some people refile it, and it now back on the books as legal. So make them aware, say, you have been sued for defamation, who former MP, why you have been sued, and make the judges and the ruling, and if you make them know that the whole of them have visa, Enlin and the whole of them have visa from America. So
no worry yourself. You can count. You can count on that. Thank you. Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah. All right. Good night.
Good night. And as we said before over here, guys, remember, if you're in Jamaica, I can't speak for Canada or England or any place else. But if you are in Jamaica and you want to sue somebody in the US, especially a US citizen, if you want it to be valid and you want to claim damages from persons or a person in the US, you have to come into the jurisdiction to file it in the federal court and for it to be valid. Dayton's lawsuit are kangaroo, so-called upside down, denial of justice, denial of attorney, so-called lawsuit. It could never be valid in the US. It's not. But you see, in Jamaica, anything goes. So Dayton Campbell can go in at the court down there and them friend for the white court where him have on. Right? And I be a nasty skip up down there more time in the justice system. So Dayton can go there and lawyer can come deny your representation and go on a back door and make them deal. That is what go on. So we're not worried about that because you see once the State Department know the content of the case and see how it was handled, watch and see if them not going to get X out. Remember, we're not just talk things over here, so you know, anything we talk, we put anything we out there, we money and we foot them can go there. Remember. So guys, we have to go do something on this Dan Crawford gentleman and make sure it's out there on the record. I wonder if I could have I want to show you something where Bunting use that term there. I say it was a Machiavelli master strokes when them set up Damien. Let us see if I can find it. Hold on there. Dayton Campbell go take boots in. Go take boots in from Bunting. So if you put me in a lawsuit. Look at that though, God. And the lawsuit not valid in America, you know. You think me I go spend my money for go sue somebody and I can't recover damages? You're mad somebody. Poor thing. May I look for something all on there. Bunting used that term. What happened to Damien? Where them do and set up Damien is a Machiavelli master strokes. Jesus, Father. See it here? I find it. I'm going to put you up on the screen and show you. Hold on there. See it here? Seem like how they leak out people information. And so they leak out film one too. Guys, I have to go silent for a second to put it on the screen for you. Hold on. In the meantime, I'll read some comments. See the guys? My mover sitting there from the bottom of the screen, I couldn't see. The same language that Dan Crawford use says a Machiavelli. What you say? Machiavelli action. See, Bunting come use the same term. I say a Machiavelli use pan Damien. Make I read it. This was when them leak out Damien conversation and Senegal media house and PM media house to publish it and to bring him down. The woman, me now put the way the woman said to him. But like the woman got to him and I complain and I said, boy, she feel away. And she was crying because people are threatening her and them something there. So hear him to the woman now. The consolation is that the public release was quite valuable, in my opinion, as it exposes Damian Crawford for the malignant narcissist he is. Guys, look at who I call Damian narcissistic. Eh? Bunting will look like say they want to do one brain study upon him. For all of the wickedness they want to do. Strategically, it proves the pro-golding faction. So it's what me I tell you no all the while say the faction and the cult. You think I joke me I make? Seem say it here. The pro-golding faction will be stirred to crush the Crawford rebellion before further disunity mushrooms. You see what happened to him now? Him read too much about Machiavelli, turn him in an idiot. But he look like he read Machiavelli book upside down because him not half as bright as Machiavelli. And tactically, it precipitated Crawford's absence from Sunday's NEC, where he had planned to be Raymond's floor manager. So why they did that to Damien is because they wanted Damien to be absent from the NEC. You see all them wicked guys? You see the lengths where them will go? For record people, send it go media house, peer media house. You can't even have a private conversation. Understand me say people nothing name from them. You can't even have a private discussion with them. These are the things they do and it's not funny. You go around them and eat something, you may end up dead. Taking him out of the game was helpful in the close Gensec contest. This man is evil. In fact, it was a Machiavellian masterstroke. Not that I would have advocated it. And he's a damn liar. He sure would, because he's done worse. But it nevertheless had a serendipitous political outcome. What a disgusting piece of... You know what? I don't want to bring the program down in the gutter, you know. I don't want to bring the program down in the gutter. These are the things that them do to the people in Jamaica. To people like Dan Crawford. You hear Dan Crawford say? Them do Machiavelli upon him. And the rest of Jamaican people them. So when me over here, I chew me no time, you know, guys. Me say if me did have the time, me go for the leak and show the way me that do, you know. You hear? Hold on there. Me I come, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Are you shocked? Are you shocked to see what Peter Bunting just said, guys? Una shock? I saw them wicked. Calculated and wicked. And this is how them operate. This is what them do to people. Then if them can do, and you know what? Me go talk something else and me not care, you know, but me go say the word alleged. Me hear say, allegedly, say, you know, say the only way that Damian Crawford could have get that seat the way my running now. The only way him get it is unless Bunting and Golding them same can get it. You see the way that Bunting just spoke about Damien? Bad mind, grudgeful, covetous, envious, jealous of the fact that Damien is younger, more popular, more likable. Bad mind. That is Peter Bunting. So when you think say Mark alone are the wicked, Bunting are the wicked too, not just to him say. So allegedly me hear say Bunting tell Damien say him can get the seat and he will finance everything. Him not for worry about it. Allegedly, me don't know if I true, but me I tell no I'm here. But it makes sense because Damien could have never get that seat without Bunting's approval. Now that they have the power in the party. Damien could not get that seat unless he conforms with this wicked Rise United movement. And that's why a lot of people lose respect for Damien. Him don't demonstrate him having a spine. Because what they did to him, I know that it's all fine and good to forgive people, and I am the biggest proponent of forgiveness. I do believe in forgiveness. And I do believe that sometimes in order to heal from certain things, you have to forgive. You don't have no choice. But forgiveness does not always mean that you return to the folds of people who have harmed you. And what I just showed you on the screen and what Bunting did and said about Damien Crawford. Damien shouldn't take a glass of water from this man. And this is how people go through life. Them don't learn them lesson when them come across some of Satan's agents on the face of the earth here. And so they get hurt time after time and they never learn until them get killed. Because one day, if you don't learn to spot and avoid wicked people, eventually you're going to meet your demise. That's just the way the universe works. So as me tell you now, I don't know if it's true, but I do know that Damien would not have gotten that seat and the okay unless he conformed to the Rise United movement and made some agreement or some negotiation with them. Because Bunting is not the type of person who can just do nothing for people. He might go want to know what he can get in return. If it's a woman, I don't know what he want in return. And if it's a man, I don't know. But you see the state of his mind in that one leak. I have more leak for sure, you know. But when me have the time, because I have to organize and arrange them to show you people. So in that I just showed you, you can basically see why the Rise United people them behave like that. When me tell them say a dog eat dog, you think of the joke? I'm not going in the night too, you know. Anytime I carry the WhatsApp leak come out, I can show you, now see. Say a dog eat dog, crab in a barrel. See, man, go in there, peep through the WhatsApp leak. I know him, they didn't dare do the wickedness them too. So me go carry something can show you. I'm going to have to ask my secretary to organize it because I really don't have the time. It's about 31 pages. Or maybe I can just dedicate 1 week to showing you guys that. Yes, I'm going to do it, Miss Joan. I'm going to do it. Even if I have to show on some one night, some the other night, some the next night, and do a part 1, part 2, part 3. But me have to show no and show no all them people are wicked say a dog eat dog them. Me not care who vex, you know. I care zero who vex. Cause nobody can drape me. Nobody can come for me. Dog name dog. That's why nobody know I'm not to do with them. Look at this. When Lisa find them out, look at this. And I write up there, so I go send Dayton Campbell case go. Me have to send it go up there. Because you can't care people come a court, come tell them about say, you don't need no lawyer, you're not reschedule, you have to tell them. You're forced to stay in before a judge and before a court without a lawyer. Big breach. I mean, I tell you no say, you no going to see the outcome. Hear the man say, Machiavelli. See Machiavelli, master strokes, where wicked Peter Bunting used and his fellow comrade. It them use, and Dan Crawford. See the man talk it off left Jamaica there. Who to tell why that got happen to the man if he never lift up? Me no like wickedness people. Then the phone on, nobody not call. Wait there. Let me turn on it. And the phone fully charged, you know. Dog eat dog. Dog eat dog. Oh my God. And look at this dog want to eat me. No, sir. God bless America. Dayton Campbell could have never touched this. Get away from here. I gotta send the whole file to Upper State Department and make them see. I hope they record them something there, you know, where them can hear when the woman say, you don't need a liar, and the people them say, you can reschedule. No, you don't need a liar for this part. You don't need a liar. Make sure so that recorded, you know. Dog eat dog. Guys, the phone line open now. I am so full to this Android phone. Oh my God. All right, it's ready, I know. Sorry about that. Moderator, thank you for reminding me. All right, see channel. Hold on there. Hello, good night. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Hello, Natalie.
Hi, you're live.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, in reflecting in our life, you see, traverse Jamaica a lot. And they say that same hedonism property, you know, they said BB&G group had, I think it was you know, when a bank is like financing a project or in charge of a project.
Yes.
And no, they were the ones in charge of that project. And I think they're also in charge of the Palmyra hotel too. That twin tower that was built in Mobile. And they said that, I remember PJ Patterson was advertising that it would be a lovely retirement community for rich Americans who probably who can't afford Florida but can come down to Jamaica.
Okay.
But the thing with the projects was that the hedonism 3 property, as it was called back then.
Yes.
It was full of flaws.
And it collapsed.
Because I had reason. It was full of flaws.
Mm-hmm.
So there was, I don't know if you ever hear the joke where people say, if you hire the Jamaica, the Trinidadian, or the Bahamian, and who charge the most money, they end up hiring, because the Trinidad would say we charge $1, the Bahamian would say we charge $2, but the Jamaican says $10. And the man say, all right, hire the Jamaican and then get the Trinidadian and the Bahamian to do the project, and we take the rest of the money. You know that kind of thing.
Oh,
And that is what happened. That was what happened with the building of that property. Because when you went down there, a good portion of the jacuzzis weren't working. And then I think they had a management contract. They had one of the senior hoteliers at the time. I think I remember the Issa family, Super Clubs. They managed the property.
Me did do an upload on it already, you know, about the hedonism one.
Yes.
Because I remember, I don't ever think it did work 4 years good and it collapsed after that.
No, it collapsed. It never lasts very long. You understand? Because I had friends who worked there and I had means of being down there almost every weekend.
A follow fashion then take.
Working. Yeah, jacuzzis weren't working. Brand new hotel, you know. Jacuzzis weren't working. Rain and fall, it has see-through windows. The furnishing was substandard. You understand? And it was the same for the Palmyra. You advertised $2 million apartments. When they go on there, they cover them now close.
Oh, what you say?
And all of these things.
Yeah, man. The hedonism.
Americans who are accustomed to them fine rates. Because spend $2 million and all, pay going on like a 2-bedroom apartment to cover now close.
No, sir.
And it just look cheap. I remember that building in Mobile, especially when the Mobile stood as a white elephant for many, many, many years.
Oh.
Until it was bought out recently by one of them banks. I'm not sure if it's Sagic or another bank. It's up until recently, a couple of years ago it was bought out. Or probably a year or two ago it was bought out. You understand? And and this Finsac thing, as I say, you're all on a boat because only for people back then. Everybody migrate now.
Yeah, man.
I had business, I had reason to follow friends when they were working 7 days a week at Finsac. You never did it on a Sunday. And even one person said, even they took the placement on one boardroom. You understand? Moving wholly for time. In the one little office building. I know it was the old mutual life for once when I was taken over. You understand? That was used as the Finsac building. You understand? And then they them talk about how they love black people. You understand? Why did they sell about the whole heap of assets that people had locally to a white Texas man?
So the man they know. May have somebody looking to who the man they.
I think his name was Jocelyn, something on the sort of Jocelyn.
Yes, I think them said so far the information I got is that he was in charge of a debt recovery company in Texas.
Yes, a debt recovery company in Texas. So why would a Texas man be buying out Jamaica's debt? Why would that be bad for him?
No, man, I say heights of corruption them go on with.
You understand? And many, many people lost their assets because when I find out, say, sorry, minister owned this plaza, what went into receivership, who for homes to take over, who really get cheap. You understand?
So how them come now to call people corrupt? How them come to call people corrupt now?
But you say, just remember the old saying. You mean that's a remember the old saying, a thief, no likes a thief, carry a lot bag. I don't want the first one to tell anybody a thief.
No, man.
You know what? Because I was staying in a movie recently. I think it was the same Law Wall Street Part 2, where Michael Douglas just famous for saying a fisherman can spot another fisherman from a mile away.
Lord Jesus.
I remember if they when people tell you, people thinking others what they are.
So look here, let me ask you something.
You understand?
The man when him Dan Crawford.
I know Bunting. The innocent, I think the most innocent Bunting was is when Bunting used to go to St. Jude's, a Catholic church of Walter Park Road.
They're not 100 years that ago, man.
I think that year that, as I said, the most innocent he was. You understand?
So you want him in the same age group?
No, me I'm 51 now. I think he would be older than me. Yes, I'm definitely older than me.
Yeah, I'm about 64.
You understand? Right? And to see them come to this. I look at the PNP now. I look at the PNP now and I say, boy, I'm so disgusted by seeing them. Is that the last bit of respect me up anybody who would try to pop at the people like Maxine and Wilson, Virtual White Man. As well as PJB, yes, him go on. Yes, him and the painting most of the transfer went from poor to white. What happened? You understand? But to give him kudos, I supported him back then. black man time now. And I said, yes, by the time we see somebody look like we could be a prime minister.
Yeah,
but
but
what happened?
Jesus.
But you know what happened? All of that and what was brought in after that. That even back then as a child, I said to myself, you look like these people, you know, they couldn't wait until Michael Manley came out for the party or died.
Yes, but the thing too is, what make PJ never fire Omar? You know, if you say should I fire Omar?
Look, I'm not telling you. You must mistake this. Peter Bunting, Mark Golding had to join the politics because they had to pay back the people who gave them the many, many billions and billions and billions of dollars and funds and other things. You understand that made their wealth? They had to join it. And because they joined it and gave their, with my humble opinion, because they joined it and gained a lot of their wealth through such means, they want to come back and do it again.
Yeah, we don't know where they come back from. Nobody an idiot.
Wasn't it said by Venetia Phillips recently that the state hedonism property was for the people of St. Anne so that they could have their own private beach, their own beach, public beach? Wasn't that said by Venetia Phillips recently?
Yeah.
That where the hedonism lot was. It was one huge lot and it came all the way back onto the roadway of Salem.
Me know which part it them on.
Okay. And what happened now, they put the hotel down there. Even when I went down there, I said, but why would you put the hotel down here so and let this big old vehicle lot up at the place just look desolate? You know, look where, you know, until I enter the property, I for me, when I go down there, I didn't feel safe.
But why
so
look here,
isolated.
if they wanted to tap into the big hotel chain industry, because that them want to, you know, they want to be the next Boots Stewart of Jamaica. If they want to tap into the hotel industry, the big hotel chain industry, you say if them is smart, they may create one brand for themselves, but instead, them take falafashing and piggyback off of Enism or Enism tree, and that's why then collapse and fail. Them can't do nothing original them can't do.
But it was doomed to be a failure because even at the time, hedonism was not doing exceptionally well, you know. Because
that is true.
Who is a hotel was bought off a very, very old property that needed refurbishing and all of that stuff. That is why it did well, is because it marketed the hedonistic lifestyle.
Yes.
It wasn't doing exceptionally well.
Yes,
you understand? Right? It was not doing exceptionally well. And it had to be a great deal of marketing, you understand, to keep it afloat back then. You understand? Right? Right? And if they were, you know, when you say that Derek wasn't as cutthroat, because at one point I was saying to myself, oh, we do like Derek cut ties with the mutant.
And that listen.
Because, yeah, it's like, because when you saw the separation, because when you hear Derek Bunting going, I would first have thought that Derek started the back. I remember the other
theme name come first.
In his living room. You understand, wherever. You understand? And you know, say God that he was the whole head of the situation and Bunting and Golding. And you said that's three young professionals. You are happy that, you know, you're seeing this happen. You know, but then when you see what happened afterwards, you say, you know, because you have to pay attention to Natalie, to the bonds. Who got the bonds?
But you know, the theme name never really calling on the Finsac, you know.
No. Because I think that is when, I don't know if it was winding down back then or whatever, or separated himself. But I found this trade really close to get one bank and he gone in a cricket. You know, why would you do that?
And he's not a part of Proven Wealth either. Proven Wealth is basically DB&G 2.0 or the same thing. Them just change the name.
2.0, yes, that's just what I'm gonna say. And what happened now is that they want to come back with this whole bond issue again.
Yes, them come back for
this whole bond issue again, where they're going to look at these holy bonds and have these 10-year bonds and how much year bonds, and it's a Jamaican people going to pay for it. And
what them out of order, man?
Yeah, but Natalie, if you ever know, right? Me grow up in a upper central, you understand? And when you hear about neighbors and friends who lost everything.
God of mercy. That's why I keep on asking why PG did not fire this man.
Now, continue. You see people dumpy. I tell people when you go up, people blood them, people blood them by your hands. There's a time when you're going to have to answer for it.
Well, everything that they're doing is
the
they're a failure, man. Failure.
Now back to the PNP. I can't stand the sight of everybody that is there now.
Everywhere, so everybody.
The sight of anybody there. Yeah, let me tell you, who would you look into the PNP now, Natalie, and say, good run Jamaica?
Boy, I'm not lie.
Would you look into the PNP now and say, is a statesman?
Boy, if I tell you the truth, make a look on them no under the parliament this. Well on there. But if you say at this point in time, Lisa definitely would have been number one on the list.
But is Lisa still in the PNP?
Well, you know, really, she should have on a low profile,
when you ask the question, with Lisa, would she have to support her?
What do you mean by then? Lisa not get much. Lisa never buy out the party for 10 million like gold in and she got, I think a 14. Somebody tell me in a comment either 1,400 delegates or whatever. But Lisa has a strong base within the PNP. No, you asked me about the member of parliament, them who I would say for this time and this era and for this kind of politics, no. There are a few people in the parliament on that side that I would say are decent, good-hearted people, but for leadership of this time, I honestly.
But are they the front runners? Are they what you call them, the backbenchers or the front runners?
Me no really think them are the front runners. Me that's them are the backbencher, yes.
So what you would have to do is to get rid of the entire rise, so-called rise.
No, you cannot go nowhere. You cannot go nowhere with the risers. You see the disaster. So anybody who's
but they're in the control of the party now. So
well, that's why everybody is just falling back and either not participating or they left completely. And because there's no quality. Hold on there. Let me just tell some people. You finished, Carla?
No, man. I mean, I want somebody else to get that from.
1,444. All right. Well, thank you for your contribution. Then I will let somebody else come in. Yes, have a good night.
Oh, by the way, Natalie, can you send WhatsApp messages through this WhatsApp?
Yes, you can. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
I sent a message that I posted. And just to ask a question, but it kind of, I will put it up on here, just look for it.
Already, thank you.
Because the question is also the same question of this freedom of speech for everybody I got about now.
Yeah.
So I will send it to you. Can just read it.
Well, on this. So which side of the freedom of speech are they on?
No, here what happened. I cannot understand. Andrew Holness is saying that, we have to crack, basically we have to crack down on the misinformation that's coming out there. If never say crack down on information, it's misinformation that's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
If you check out every single blogger, everybody have never Andrew Holness have to go on Andrew Holness have to this and Andrew Holness have that mechanism of against free speech. Am I correct?
True.
Good. Now, you, Karen Cross, and Michelle.
Jamaica 411.
Jamaica 411, right?
Yeah.
You all were entangled in a lawsuit with pertaining to Dayton Campbell,
yes.
whole part of pedophilia,
mm-hmm.
right? So him suing you for allegedly calling him an alleged pedophile, right? Is that a crackdown on your free speech? Tell me if the question makes sense or if it don't.
Karen accused Dayton of being a pedophile. Dayton put me and Michelle in there because I'm afraid of woman. So.
Okay.
And
no,
then,
but that's
well,
you're
asking about whether it was about.
When he sued Karen, that's what Karen is the main thing here, and then you were talking about it, I'm assuming. And
just like TVG, everybody, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And is he now suing you and clamping down on your free speech?
He's trying to, but he cannot do it in America. Jamaica is, kind of behind where this attack on people free speech is concerned. There are people attacking people's free speech in Jamaica, But what Andrew Holness and the government is doing is trying to clamp down on disinformation, which is a real thing.
And that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You remember he did not say he's not clamping down on bloggers, he's not clamping down on bloggers, he's clamping down on this misinformation that is out there. That's what he said.
Yes, and it's a real problem, yeah.
So why everybody stop? So he's gonna clamp down on that. The wrongs in the whole blogging sphere. Right? So when you all made the statement where you are free to make, right? What Dayton Campbell is suing you for is what? What they call it, defamation.
So I'm saying
of his character and all of that stuff. Right? So based on what Andrew Holness is stating that you want to clamp down upon and what Dayton Campbell is suing for, is Dayton Campbell also restraining your freedom of speech?
He's trying to do that, but yeah, of course he can't.
So why are they complaining now about freedom but actually want to clap down for the same?
Because they are a part of the disinformation movement. That's all they do. Remember them said the government have built 3 prisons, then talks on sitting. So them a part of the disinformation.
You see, did he sue you for talking the current for talking the truth? Or did he sue her because he thinks that what she said is misinformation?
Him sue me. Well, he said he sued me for defamation, but what I said,
defamation basically is misinformation. Misinformation called defamation, don't it?
That's what he must say.
So is he now cranking down on people's free speech by that lawsuit? Because that lawsuit now is a precedent,
No, it is, but it's not over yet. We'll hear more about it. But Dayton,
no, we know that. But what I'm saying is that it's the same thing as you want to say, my clap now, and nothing sooner for.
Look here, them is a spirit of confusion. The only reason why they're opposing it is because they're the ones perpetuating disinformation in the country. Very simple. That is their only tool until the election is called. Disinformation. Yes.
We'll call it another night. I
yes.
Know if this thing works.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good day.
Yeah.
Let's talk on the page because I'm going to send the thing now.
Sure will. Thank you. May I invite one lady for call the program? Let me see which part she there. Guys, please don't forget to give the live a thumbs up as you are listening. One lady named Arlene. Arlene, I see you make one comment in the comment section. Call the program and come tell we. How was she there? Where there? I'm going to find our comments. Arlene. Yes, Lisa cannot run Jamaica. Arlene Douglas, call the program. See number there. So if you want glasses, talk in a comment and somebody will type the number upon WhatsApp for you in a comment. Arlene, please to call the program and tell us why Lisa Anna cannot run Jamaica. Please and thank you, Miss Arlene. Call in. Miss Arlene, you have a lot to say in the comment. Call the program and tell us particularly why Lisa cannot run Jamaica. I'm very interested to know why you said that. Anybody else want to call while Miss Arlene gather herself and call? If you can clarify this a statement here, on a free to call. The phone line is wide open, so you guys can call in the meantime. The claims that PNP win general local election when the party lost 7-5. No. Look here, no, man. The biggest disinformation of this time is the the election, we call it the election deniers. Mark Gold, Jesus Father. That a prison working a man. Hello, good night, moderator.
Pleasant good night. How you doing?
I'm good, what's up?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, blessings to you and people in the chat. Yeah, read this whole Finsac thing where becomes a talking point. Come like you and the media people and telepathic, because today it was the topic of choice, I should say, on one of the famous radio program with your favorite host.
Oh,
That is
Blunderbuss.
there. Yeah.
Blunderbuss.
Your favorite host, you know. Yeah, it was a big topic on the program today. They were talking about the Finsac. They had two callers that was affected by the whole Finsac debacle. One of them was in some construction sector, and him say overall he lost $1 billion, about $1 billion back then.
Mighty God.
So
Then I went there
$1 billion back in the 90s, a crazy money that. And the man was giving his own experience. He was talking about a man that shot himself in a bank after losing almost everything.
Oh God.
And he was in the bank. He said he was in the bank and he had his license firearm on him. And at one point in time, he's like, in mind just I tell him to just put him gun under him chin and, you know. I must say my think about it and him started himself say the devil is a liar and him never go as far as to do it. But him just share my experience and I tell you say it bring a feeling in my stomach when I'm not feeling like ages.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So people who know about have no knowledge of what took place then, need to sensitize themselves, because when people hear people talk about Finsac, especially younger people, and just blow it off as another talking point. But people's life are affected up to today's day because of what happened then. Yeah? And we are talking about the buntings and the goalings and stuff like that, and people would see these men and think that, oh well, the talk on the road is Mark is a man of integrity and stuff like
Which
that.
part?
If they should just know the role that these people play, right? If they should just know the roles that these people play. And to say this, you talk about Dan Crawford. Say, you used to have this video. I don't remember if it's on this program, but you used to have this video where you fly over like the whole of Kingston and St. Andrew with a drone shot. And that building, that Crown Plaza hotel up at the top of Constant Spring, where you used to show. Remember that was property of Paul Chen Young and the Eagle Commercial Group. When the whole Finsac thing started and they took away those properties, remember, so the man them practically gave it away to the US Embassy for little and nothing, you know. Oh God. A hotel that was built at a cost that I don't want to quote the cost wrongly, but the cost that the one where them where cost to build, them practically gave it away to the US Embassy for not even a quarter of the value, you know.
And them come now and call people corrupt.
Right? Dennis Jocelyn, that the man referred to, the Texan billionaire, came here and got people assets at fire sale. And they invite him to speak at one of them Rotary Club thing or something like that. And one of the first speech that the man gave, I don't know if nobody in the chat remember, I must say, the policy that the government undertake, if the country was planting marijuana and reaping cocaine, the country could not benefit. When you hear somebody who come and benefit from all that happen, could say something like that, where that say?
It's a serious thing. Jesus, Father.
It's a serious thing. The depth at this Finsac thing. Yeah?
So how them
Cannot
come
be
for
fathomed.
call people corrupt? That me not understand.
No, it does. Some say it does come away for people who was around that time and old enough and sensible to understand what happened. Yeah.
So somebody said the man where
pill for them for swallow.
somebody in the chat said the man who did shot himself him was the owner for asking him Forever Young.
Okay.
You know me hear about that
Yeah,
incident
man,
though.
a whole heap of people commit suicide.
Me hear
I
about it.
remember this other man who did just drive him SUV go park up somewhere out of St. Thomas Road and put him like a firearm on them chin. A whole heap of such things happen. Right? And all of that happen because of what? Greed, wicked, bad mind, and all of that. Because when they were undertaking that policy, they were warned against it. Even to them here, the host on the program repeated. Him can't forget watching on his television when some debate in Parliament, and Mr. Seaga stood up in Parliament and point at Omar Davis and warn him. So if they continue down the road of that policy, they might go wipe out the entire financial sector. And they laughed him to scorn and continued with it.
May I ask you the same question I just asked the other caller? Why PG did not fire Omar Davis and fix the problem?
Why? Because PG went for Omar Davis to come carry out. You don't remember the whole thing in that period of time. You Small was finance minister.
Omar was abroad.
I think Omar was lecturing at university at the time.
Oh, and they come home already?
Yeah. And the policy that they wanted to undertake at the time, you Small wasn't for it. You Small himself warned against it.
So the scavenger them
and
coming.
That's when they recruited Omar and bring him in.
Then come and say, boy.
And look at the chain. Look at the chain. Them bring in Omar eventually bring in Mark them. And you see, as the caller said, they want to come continue what they started or what they did. Recreate what they did.
Them not come with no other plan.
Killing half of people's. Huh?
Me not really see them with no other plan, so I can only believe so them come with the same thing when they come before.
You were such a you're a group of people that were so successful in banking and investment banking and all of that. And because the government changed and the policies changed, Peter Bunting make a statement to him when somebody asked him in an interview, being such a successful banker, why leave it for come back in our politics? And him said that the government changed and there were uncertainties. The uncertainty was you didn't have the same favorability. The interest rates and all weren't the same. You couldn't sit down and just make the kind of money you were making before. So you run from banking to come back in our politics. Now you come back in our politics and you make a crazy investment. You invest because, as I said before, what they are doing now is an investment they make. They invest, them buy the party to come control the reins of power, and they are looking for their returns. Yeah? They're looking for their returns. So that them a fight for power for now to come reap from them investment.
Jesus, Father, no son. Well, this conversation shall continue because we're going to look a little deeper into it where the bank owners are concerned.
You need to go look deeper, even at the whole Dennis Jocelyn and even them people, the people who make up the board, the Finsac and all of that. Look how all of them end up benefited. Who get after Finsac start trickle down, who will control what and who did in this, who did in that. It's a messy situation.
Send where you can to my WhatsApp here.
Yeah, man, I definitely will.
Thank you.
Alright, cool.
What a disgrace. No, sir. I see a couple of people in the comments. Let me tell you something. You see over that channel here? We not go bring down and bash no woman for no reason at all. One and two want to come in the comment and come chat about say Lisa this and Lisa that. Well, Lisa, I'm gonna hey, I want to tell you some sitting there comment. You know, come out of the comment and come off of that page. Yeah. Go find somewhere else. On another page and bring down woman. Wanna try bring down Lisa in the comment for someone who so dirty bad man. No come from over here, man. Me sick of you, man. Between you and the dirty rice people, my good out someone not good all rise as in I comment. Wanna move from here, some man. If you don't know what that chat say, see that woman here can't talk about Lisa get safe seat and they'll lose it. Woman, clear. You never know say bunting them down there with the rise of them and undermine her if she lose her seat. You never hear that? Eh? You didn't hear? And this somebody was say Lisa can run Jamaica. What Lisa can do with Andrew Onesa do? Tell me. Tell me. 4-time elected MP. Former minister, this and that, and shadow spokesperson upon this and that. And world renowned also. Full of ideas and all these things. What is it about Lisa? Yes, you know, the problem in the world with woman. Where some woman them cannot get nowhere in life because you always have the little crab them. Some of them are man, some of them are woman. Them always ready for tear down a woman. For what? You no give no viable reason. You just come talk out on the mouth. You no come from over here, so man. We no carry down woman over here, so. And as a matter of fact, we never carry down man. We talk about the wickedness of what Mark Gold in them are doing so, but nobody feel like say over here, so on a platform with us come out here, so come bring down and carry down people for no reason at all. No go, man. No come over here. And from me see this a woman here. Yes, like say she name them mama white fowl. Me don't know what I'm to them. That's why I invite the lady for call the program. She said not tonight. She cannot call because she has nothing to say of substance. And she cannot talk on merit. Somehow, as you see a woman start climb the ladder, or if you see a woman with look of potential, or if you see a woman where look decent, you're ready for bring down the woman. It's too bad mind. You have to go cleanse yourself and cleanse your spirit. And stop it. Somehow you done out on life, you go through life, and nothing at all no go on for you. And because of that, for whatever reason, you see potential in other people, you just want to bring them down. What is it? Why? Lisa resume probably longer than them old generation resume. Me don't know what happened to them. Left the woman, man. Go on over the risers, them platform, and them 8 woman. No come over here with it. I say the next time soon and I comment with it. I want to not give a good reason. Me not so not agree with me, you know. You can disagree, you know. But come and talk on merit. That's why I say over here. So it's not a platform where you just come talk anything. We promote intelligent reasoning, civil discourse, talk something will make sense. If you have a talk, say the woman not qualified, tell us. We have a phone line. Call in and talk. But you're not going to just come drop anything in a comment because them pay you for conduit or you're depend disinformation movement. Now come over here with it. It's not a female. Must be a cross-dresser. I don't know. Lord Jesus. Anyway. Una some carry down artist. That's what I say. I don't even want to make the comparison. I don't ever want to go there. But don't come over here with it. At the last one in me go go. Because someone me I watch your comments, What go on steady, big up yourself. Guys, want to make sure so you go over steady platform and go give him a subscribe because him put out some quality content. And when we see quality content, we have to big up the people then. Right? So go over steady show platform. Go listen and give him a subscription. Big up yourself steady. So me I look a little more into this thing here. What a wicked thing. You can live in your own country. And because you are successful, because you're successful, you come under threat and you have to exile. You're born in your country. You build your business in your country. You know, say if that Finsac something never happen, Jamaica economy would have been better, Tell you the truth. Yeah, because you would have had more stability. That period in Jamaica of economic meltdown, it didn't do the country any good. It wasn't just about individuals. When you really think about it, 44,000 entrepreneurs and businesses, guys, a whole heap of people that, whole heap of people. And when we talk about the brain drain, over here one night, I will say, when you're looking at the parliament of Jamaica, and you look at the quality of our parliament today, collectively, when you see how somebody like Mark Golding can come and lead political party, and Mark Golding not too bright. Me not hide and talk that. He not too bright when it comes down to politics and the people of Jamaica and the history of Jamaica. I come talk about our ancestors, blood and died and all of them something there. The quality is attributed to the brain drain. A man commented today, said the brain drain started when Michael Manley said 2 flight a day or whatever. I'm telling you when the brain drain started. The brain drain started after the abolition of slavery. Warm to Windrush. You don't remember Windrush? You don't remember Finsac? Yes. Finsac is also a part of the brain drain, the cause. Part of the cause of the brain drain. Because a lot of people who could have fled Jamaica them time, they left. Them when they run out Jamaica people from out of the country and exile business people and them something, them done good. And the worst of them this year now. A man tell me today say, Bunting and Gold in them worse. People used to say Siaga wicked, Remember good. People used to say Siaga wicked. But the man say, as a PNP, me I tell you, say them your man, them run rings around Siaga when it comes down to wickedness, that the man say. Like seriously. How did the PNP make them too wicked here, get a all of them party? I don't understand. You see, you can't blame the people of Jamaica, People of Jamaica vote out Bunting, vote out Dayton Campbell, and all of the people them who them see. The Ian Eels, all of them. The people them vote them out clean. That means say Jamaica people them are not really no dunce voter in the grand scheme of things. It's true. Jamaica people them are not really no dunce voter. Because them see them and what they're all about and they acted by voting them out. Most of the seats they were PNP lose last time, 15 or 17 of them. Are the people that belong to this cult here. Vote them right out. But the problem is not the people of Jamaica and the voters of Jamaica. It's the people them within the People's National Party. Very sad for the country. No, we don't have an opposition, at least not a viable one. And then we got these unscrupulous people trying to form the government. What the hell? I'm going to do this thing here with Dan Crawford. I'm going to make sure of it. Even if me have to do it little by little and it take me a week to put together. But I'm certainly going to do it. What a terrible thing. Anyway, guys, let us come back tomorrow. Rise team study politics without morals. Yes, man. I don't ever think them study the politics. You don't think them study politics, because they're not too politically savvy neither. Because when all they have left in the tank is disinformation, they don't know nothing about politics. This is them right here. All they know is disinformation. The vile, hostile, hateful politics. Whenever you hear Mark Golding talk about the Prime Minister and how him look at the Prime Minister, you can see the hate seeping off of Mark Golding toward Andrew Holness. You don't have to hate somebody to disagree with them. But when I look at the diaspora conference and say, Mark Golding didn't stand up when the Prime Minister entered the room like everybody else in the room. He never stood up. He's very hateful. I can see it on him. I see it in his eyes. I see the way that he looks at the Prime Minister. I see the way that he talks about the Prime Minister. And he feels the same way about members of his own party too. But he's so good at pretending that he can sit beside them and even flash a smile. But you know, people like Paulwell, people like Lisa even, there's a certain disdain that he has for them. I remember a part of the leak when I was showing you. I remember him saying in the leak to the risers them that him in at the parliament and him say Dr. Phillips is on my right and Lisa is on my left and Powell is over there. And Lord, I need, like him that same need protection or something like that. Why would you say that about your colleagues? Why would you say that? Them not stink on you. They not smell worse on you. Why would you say that? Hateful and juvenile. Lisa's on my right. Him not like the people them. And at the same hateful thing. Same like how you say, same way like how you say, Bunting fight against people and plot up and set up against people. At the same way, Mark Golding stay, see there. You know what? I'm going to make a concerted effort to get that leak to you guys. I have to show it. You have to see it. You have to see the quality of their minds and the things that they were doing to their own leader and their own party when they should have been, trying to win their seats. And that's how I know that they don't care about Jamaica. They don't care about the people of Jamaica. They only care about power. That's all they care about. And money. But anyway, guys, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow and we'll talk some more. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining. Take care of yourselves. Until next time. Good night.
We start with a few things that are noteworthy, and I think the first one is to speak to issues related to misinformation and disinformation. There's a lot of talk about this area, and I think it's important that we clarify. The administration has always been and will always be deeply committed to protecting democracy in Jamaica, and we are deeply committed to protecting democracy from any threats that there are. And governments around the world are dealing with this issue of misinformation and disinformation, especially on social media. And we've seen it. We know what happens. Anyone can say anything, and it is amplified around the country and around the world. And it is important that as we protect the rights of our people and protect the right to freedom of expression and speech, that at the same time it is grounded in truth. And so we love the robust debate. And I say it all the time. It is important in a democracy that we can have dissent, and that we can say, you're not doing good as a government, we don't like what you're doing, or you need to do this better. That's what a democracy is. And that's fine, and that's what we want to encourage, but not encouraging persons to post blatant lies online that then fuel a lot of this issue of disinformation and misinformation. And so it's very important that we understand that what the government is saying is that what is posted on social media needs to be based in truth. And in that vein, what we have said is that where there are issues or instances where we know individuals have posted things that are not true, that